Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I grabbed the It's My Pleasure palette from ColourPop. It has been a while since I used this palette. I've been on the fence for a while. Do I want to declutter it? Does it get any use? Do I like it? Do I want to keep it? I know it is a very favorite purple palette for so many people, and so I thought, well, shoot, I'll just dive right back into it and see how I like it. So I came up with this look. I think it's really pretty. If you'd like to see how I did it, then stick around and I'll show you. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. My name is Rachel. I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom who loves to play with colorful eyeshadow. So if you like that sort of thing and would like to see more colorful content on your timeline, I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing and hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted when there are new videos. I do try to post about 3 a week, and you can also find me on Instagram at Shimmers and Silver. Now, let's get into this look. So today, because I'm using ColourPop shadows, I'm just going to use my old NYX primer in the shade White. I've gone back and forth a few times on whether or not I wanted to declutter this palette, but every time I see other people ranking it, they say it's like one of their best favorite purple palettes. I really like purple eyeshadows, but I find that I don't use the palette as much as I expected to, so I'm going to use it today and see how I like the result. And that will probably be my final determining factor. Because it's been a while since I used it, and I did use it sort of at the beginning of when I started playing with eyeshadow. Now that my skills are more advanced, if I get a result that I really love and, you know, kind of redeem my last few attempts with it, then I'll keep it. And I'm working a little bit quick this morning because I have to take my husband to work soon. And then the kiddos and I will be out the rest of the day, so I won't have time to come home and tweak anything. I'm going to take a pretty decent sized blending brush and go into the shade Pretty Cruel here. There's a lot of kick up in this pan, but I'm going to place it in my outer corner and blend it in the crease towards the inner corner. This shade always surprises me. It always, like, it looks pretty brown in the pan, but then when I put it on my eyes, it's got kind of a rosy tint to it. It's definitely not brown. It always surprises me. I always think that it's a different color than it ends up being. Now I'm going to take a blending brush the same size, only this one's a little denser and slightly pinched, and I'm gonna dip into the shade Fan Fiction right here. I'll put this on my outer corner and about halfway through the crease. Outrageous.
Again, I'm pretty good. Your smile over there proves my way.
I'm now taking a small blending brush. I'm going to dip into the shade Sleeper, which is a beautiful deepening shade. Sleeper is going to deepen my outer corner, so I'm just putting it in a little triangle out here. It has been a while since I used this palette. I have lots of really pretty palettes, and it's, you know, it's hard to choose which ones to use day by day, but I just, this one's performing really nicely. I think I'm probably going to end up keeping it because it's giving me really pretty colors. Back into that more dense blending brush, I'm just tapping out these shades and buffing them a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take a flat shader brush and dip into the shade Earth Shine right here. This is one of the many shimmers in the palette. I like to apply ColourPop shimmers using my finger, but this one I want to be a little more precise. So I'm going to dip into the pan and then spray the brush. And I'm going to put this on the inner part of my lid, almost to meet the purple in the outer corner. This is a lovely lilac-y shimmer. It's really pretty. I'm not going all the way to meet the purple because I'm going to put one more shimmer there, just a darker one. This time I'm going to go in with my finger into that same color, Earth Shine. It's just going to apply a little differently when I put it on with my finger. And since I placed it down as a base and I have it, you know, where I want it to go, now I'm just going over top a little bit to make it a bit more of a shine. Trying to decide which other shimmer to use. I think I've used all of them pretty equally. They all have marks in them from me like dipping into them. I think I'm gonna take Chiclet on the same flat shader brush. This is Chiclet here. Dip into the pan and then spray the brush. And I'm gonna place this between the Earthshine and the mattes out here. So it'll go basically the very center of my lid. This adds a much more plummy purple tone. Now I'm flipping the brush over and going back into Earthshine and just blending those two shimmers together. Because Chiclet is such a dark purple, it can easily overwhelm the lighter color, so I'm actually taking the lighter color and placing it over top of the darker color so it transitions nicely. Now I'm taking a smudger brush and I want to grab the color. I want to grab the color Kittenfish, which is in the top right corner. I'm going to put this on my lower lash line, starting in the inner corner. Bringing it almost all the way out, but I'll leave that outer area for a darker matte. And then that same smudger brush, I'm dipping back into the shade Sleeper, that darkest matte in the palette, and going in the outer corner here, on the lower lash line. I've got a little bit of untidiness on the outer winged area, so I'm just taking a loose and pinched detail crease brush from e.l.f. and buffing that out a little bit. If you wanted a really crisp line here, you could cut it with concealer, but I have neither time nor inclination to do that today. And finally, I'm going to grab the shade Fluffy from ColourPop in like a pink eyeliner and do my waterline. Okay, that's everything for eyeshadow. I'm going to go off camera and put on black eyeliner, and then I will be back to show you the finished result. Okay, and here is the finished look. I did do some black eyeliner, I did a small wing, have some mascara on, and that's pretty much everything. I love the way a look comes together when you finish it off with black eyeliner. It just kind of makes it feel more alive. It's just, you know, pretty, and then bam, hello, good morning. And I love that. So I am really liking this look. I think that the purple is quite pretty. It's been a minute since I used the It's My Pleasure palette, and I really have gone back and forth with whether or not I want to keep it, but I think that today's look has, for the time being, saved the palette. At this point, I have a couple other palettes in my collection that have purple shades in them, so sometimes I might reach for those because they have other shades to work with instead of being monochromatic. But this is a very nice purple palette. If you have this one, I recommend playing with it and having fun with it. Like, why do we buy these things if we don't use them? So if it's not getting used but you liked it at one point, then just grab it and do something fun and, you know, see if you want to continue storing it in your cabinet or if you want to pass it along. But either way, I think this look is pretty. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for hanging out with me, and until we see each other again, I do hope you have a wonderful day. Bye! In the top right corner. I'm gonna put this on my lower. This is my.
In that case, I have not said the things I ought to say.